И снова здорово. Это опять Град. Продолжаем таки проходить вампира. То сохранение у меня, короче, по тренде полетело, поэтому ломанул игру на предмет опыта, которого пиздец как не хватает, чтобы быстрее это все пройти. Вот. То есть сразу персонаж прокачанный, нужно пройти сюжет. Плюс пару персонажей на этот раз я не проебал. Ладно, вот этого я про него забыл. И хуй с ним. Насчет хорошей и плохой концовки я в итоге подсмотрел. Не обязательно, чтобы выжили прямо все. Похоже, не обязательно. Но главное самому не высасывать досуха именных персонажей. И все нормально. Честно говоря, не очень представляю, как это... Блять. Как это честно делать, потому что врагов день за днем бегать, лупить, ну, можно. Ты пизданешься на самом деле. Потому что за них так мало опыта дают. Это трындец. Бла-бла-бла. Пойдем по тому заданию, на котором, когда стопорнулись. Так. Мне, по-моему, вот в этот дворик, точнее, за него нужно... Рядовые враги на улицах сейчас вроде не должны попадаться, потому что все равно ради ресурсов я их вычищал. Ради ресурсов, ради улучшения оружия. Сюда, сколько я помню. Туда. И внутрь. Вот. Тут у меня тогда был босс. 1,5 раза сильнее меня. Ну, 1,5 раза выше по уровням. То есть в итоге я ее, блять, вообще не коцаю. Она меня рвет как тузик грелку. А опыта тогда не хватало. Со всех побочек, со всего дерьма. Не хватало даже до ее уровня. А что дальше? То есть в плане левелинга тут баланс убитый какой-то прям. Я, конечно, понимаю, это должно как-то подталкивать к тому, чтобы все-таки выпить кровушки, прокачаться за счет этого, даже невзирая на вероятность хуевой концовки. Но так вот по чесноку, чтобы в итоге быть на одном уровне хотя бы с врагами, придется почти всех пережрать. Или вообще всех даже. В конечном итоге. А это тоже, в общем-то, не очень правильно. И то пережарить всех не сразу. Сперва выучить все, скажем так, особенности и взаимосвязи каждого человека. То есть изучить их полностью, чтобы получать больше опыта. Значит, там... Ну, капец, кропаль. Так, ну еще... А. Да, мне, конечно, в итоге персонаж получился перекачанный. Но... Я считаю, например, неправильным то, что урон от оружия зависит еще от того, какой у тебя уровень персонажа. Если бы вот эту вот взаимосвязь убрали, все было бы нормально. Но в итоге ты врага ковыряешь, а он тебя шотает просто из-за того, что у вас разница в уровнях. Не из-за... Ну ладно, то, что по мне, например, там бьют. Это можно приспособиться, и я так... Ведьмака 3-го проходил. Модки школы кота. Так. Не точно сюда? Что-то я, по-моему... Да, я круголя навернул. Там тоже живешь только за счет щита и уклонения. Получилось бы примерно то же самое, это нормально, но вот терпеть ненавижу ковыряние долгое. Когда тебя тупо шотают, а ты пляшешь вокруг, там что-то царапаешь врага, очередняру, топором. Короче, странный тут баланс, не нравится он мне. Привет, ГРК.
I'm here to put an end to the vampire epidemic, Miss Fletcher.
Ah, but Doris Fletcher is no more. She was consumed by this putrid flesh that now enshrouds her.
You feel anger for what happened to you, but I can help you. I'm a doctor, Miss Fletcher.
Doris Fletcher is no more. All that remains are the dreams of the queen she was, and the queen she'll be. Until then, all shall die, for that was her final wish. Whoa, I dare to say.
Так, попробую ультануть. Ульта перезаряжается, конечно, очень долго, но обалдеть она сколько урона вносит, полностью прокачанная. Теневого. О, саблю дали. Заебись.
What?
I don't want to die.
And I did not come to kill you, Miss Fletcher.
Will you spare me then? Save this cadaverous carcass of mine. Does your heart beat a little faster now? You fancy me then, Doctor?
No, Miss Fletcher. My dead heart will beat for only one.
Ah! Is she pretty? Is she sweet and tender?
To me, yes.
Ah! I hate her already.
I know. And this is partly why you must be destroyed.
But you just said...
That I did not come here to kill you, yes. But I realize now the threat you embody must be stopped.
Will I be remembered? Will you?
You were Doris Fletcher, the greatest actress of her generation. No one can take that from you.
Thank you. And farewell. Ah! Ah!
По-моему, она излишне любила драматизм. И не факт, что вампира в итоге
Farewell, Doris.
это окончательно убьет. Некоторых очень тяжело убить. Возьмет да заживет.
Bravo! So dramatic. I love it.
McCullum,
How strange I seem to find you whenever I'm inquiring about that skull infestation.
I mean you no harm.
I'm not here for you. But once I've put all the pieces of the puzzle together, I'm sure we'll have a little chat, you and me.
Stay away from me, McCullum. You and all your war dogs.
That I can't guarantee, Dr. Reed. But I'll let you go. For now.
I should probably leave the theater right now.
Так, не в эту сторону.
The West End should be safe now. But London is not. It would be wise to benefit from the Ascalon's protection while I continue my research during the Great Hunt.
Что-то блестит. Вообще, вот опять-таки, пускай даже с читанутым персонажем, опять это проходя, полностью качаясь по новой до уровня соответствующего, я бы сгорел раньше, чем докачался бы, честно говоря. Слишком мало опыта дают тупо за фарм врагов. Проблема даже... Даже не в этих вот ресурсах для медицины, а просто в банальном, мать его, левелинге.
So Doris just needed to be close to her audience to infect them. Contagion through skin. Very disturbing.
Так. Секундочку. Блин. Убираем. Поддержать клуб Аскалон в борьбе со стражами Придвина. Альтернатив нам особо не дают. Ну, не то чтобы хотелось. В любом случае, нам нет никакого смысла поддерживать стражей Придвина. Собственно, то, во что эти стражи превратились, то, до чего они докатились, их в итоге даже условные союзники не уважают. Чё? А, господи, я думал, что происходит, а я уперся во что-то. Вообще, надеюсь, за сегодня допройдем. Я у себя в библиотеке порылся, одну выживалку отрыл. Увы, ныне забытую и заброшенную. Хотя, на самом деле, очень жаль, потому что мне довольно перспективную. О!
Elizabeth,
А что она
what are
тут?
you doing here?
I've been formally asked to witness your triumph, my dear. After all, isn't it the natural role of a woman to support her man in victory?
But it's you who insisted I join the Ascalon.
Please forgive my giddiness. I'm just overcome by the thrill of finally being allowed within these hallowed halls.
You certainly have an inquisitive mind.
It's quite something.
Elizabeth Ashbury, only you can make me smile in these difficult times.
And the same to you, Jonathan Reed. Now go have your little chat with the chairman. I can see he's practically bursting to hear your report.
Так, а ты кто?
Lord Redgrave can play with the brave all he wants, but I won't put a foot outside until the Pre-Wen end their hunt.
Welcome back to the Ascalon Club, Lancebearer. Please tell us the good news. Have you put an end to the epidemic?
My hypothesis was correct. Doris Fletcher was the source of the contagion in this part of town. She was probably the first to be infected.
And you cleansed her before the hunters, I've been told. Well done, Dr. Reed. You thrust your lance and pierced the very heart of the corruption.
But some questions remain.
The important thing is, we won a major battle for the survival of London. For that, we salute you.
Thank you, my lord.
Now, I have another task for you. One of the utmost importance. Perhaps even more so than the previous.
I'm listening.
It's time for you to perform a most sacred duty for the club. I want you to recruit a new vampire.
Recruit a new vampire? Are you sending me on some sort of diplomatic mission?
Not exactly. I want you to make Aloysius Dawson the Ekon he deserves to be.
Зи Доусон. Знакомое имя, но я не помню, кто это.
I'm not sure I'm the best candidate for such a task.
I can hear the hesitation in your voice, Dr. Reed. I admire a man of principles. But in this matter, there is more at stake than your moral comfort.
It's not a moral question, Lord Redgrave. It's the responsibility of giving immortality to a man I barely know.
Nonsense. Aloysius has been a member of the Ascalon for years. This is but the fruition of a long-held plan.
How would you like me to proceed?
Aloysius is waiting for you at the Dawson estate. Once the deed is done, I'll join you there to celebrate this momentous occasion.
Before I go, I have...
All right.
Так, ладно, пару вопросов. Почему Алози?
Why Aloysius Dawson?
Because he is about to die. And he just may be the most influential man in England. After me, of course.
Does he know I'm coming?
He can't wait to become your progeny, Dr. Reed. Especially now that you have shown how strong your lineage is through your sister.
You invited Lady Ashbury. Wouldn't that be breaking one of your cardinal rules? No women allowed.
Not allowed as members, no. But considering the circumstances, I thought you'd like to have her here to witness your triumph.
So it's a temporary admittance, then.
Something of a bargain, considering the crisis we're currently facing.
Goodbye, Lord Redgrave.
До входа в церковь Темпла.
Are you all right, Jonathan?
Lord Redgrave has just ordered me to turn Aloysius Dawson, to make him my progeny.
I see. And how do you feel about this?
Aloysius Dawson is the richest man in England. He'll be a very useful resource for the club.
The real question here is, why has his lordship given you this task?
Do you think it's some sort of trap?
Do you really want to know what I think about this?
I do, yes.
To make an immortal of a soulless blackguard like Aloysius Dawson will only lead to a disaster for London. The man is already dead inside.
Should I refuse? Perhaps politely suggest that Lord Redgrave turn the man into a vampire himself.
Don't you dare, my dear. According to what I've recently discovered, his lordship could kill you for even broaching the subject.
Really? Why?
I've recently found proof that the Earl of Bristol is of lesser lineage and only capable of creating skulls.
Please tell me more about your recent investigation.
As long as you lower your voice.
Are you sure your information about Redgrave is correct? He says he's the progeny of the great knight William Marshall, who lived some 9 centuries ago.
That's a lie. Lord Redgrave is unable to create anything but skulls, if the poor souls survive at all.
How can you be sure the information was correct?
I made the acquaintance of a most interesting informer while investigating your maker, from whom I learned the truth about Lord Redgrave.
Привет, Рома. Смотри, твоя любимая виолончель вернулась. Ты радостный?
What would you have me do about Dawson?
The man is dangerous. Did you know he plans to build a wall to separate the healthy rich from the sickly poor? Do not make him your progeny.
What would you do?
The man's dying already. Let the reaper harvest the rotten fruit that is his soul.
What would happen if I made Dawson an Ekon like myself?
You would add a powerful immortal into a suffering world. An immortal who already craves authority.
Maybe I could teach him control, like you taught me. Lead him down the right path.
Mr. Dawson spent his life searching for a way to cheat death. I'm sure he has spent decades dreaming of how he'd spend eternity as a tyrant.
Goodbye for now, Elizabeth.
Goodbye, my dear. Please, be careful.
Да, разбавлял бы сосед перфоратором. Только у моего долбоеба соседа, походу, нет перфоратора, он долбит обычной дрелью. Иначе уже просверлил бы и не вспоминал. Нет, блядь, если начнет сверлить, то это, блядь, на неделю. Так, скорее всего, сейчас будет решающий выбор. Так, я туда вообще иду. Да, туда. Надо бы подумать, как можно Лози с Редгрейвом через Хера прокинуть. Но так, чтобы это все на стабильности не сказалось. Войти в особняк. Вот здесь, по-моему, это особняк. Ну, во всяком случае, там какой-то особняк. Здоровый, сука, такой особняк. Не. Я в итоге посидел, поперебирал все эти сейвы. Я так понял, что большинство из них говно собачье. Потому что вызывают только баги. В итоге взял таблицу для чит-энджина. Там есть таблица с множителями на предметы, на опыт. То есть x999 на опыт, x99 на предметы. В итоге ресурсов с самого начала можно наковырять достаточно, и опыта с запасом. По бокам-то ни хренашеньки нету, да?
Dawson's mansion. Here I am at last. But the question remains. Am I ready to make a dying man my progeny?
Так. А, все вспомнил, кажется, Алозия. Он сидел в зале этого, блин, культа. Прачка. Так. Давай еще наверху глянем. Что можно спиздить. Единственное, что материалов для улучшения оружия маловато.
Reduced in rank for falsely accusing a man of murder. I wonder what Inspector Albright thinks about his punishment. It's locked, all right.
Чего?
It's locked.
Совсем мне не доверяю. Позакрывали все ящики.
Finally, you're here, Dr. Reed. What took you so long?
I had to pass several of your barricades and outposts to access your mansion, sir.
Death, pestilence surround us, and time is against me.
I see you've gathered some of the most expensive, albeit experimental, blood transfusion equipment available. All this could be so useful in a hospital.
Yes, yes. Since Lord Redgrave sent me a doctor to perform my conversion, I thought you might find some of these devices useful.
Most thoughtful. But tonight I'm not here as a physician.
But I feel reassured that a specialist such as yourself would help me to escape the Reaper.
Very well. But before I proceed, I have a few questions for you.
If you must, but be quick, for I don't have much time left in this life.
First of all, I need to be sure that you know exactly what is going to happen to you, sir.
I can assure you I'm as informed as any man can be. I have planned for this moment, Dr. Reed. Planned very carefully.
А ведь он же мне, по-моему, рассказывал еще в том особняке, что нет, не хочет обратиться вампиром, что хочет прожить жизнь как человек, а сюда зашел просто так. Пиздел, значит. Так, я, пожалуй, все-таки гуглану этого Алозия. Какое лучшее решение принять? Учитывая, какие тут логичные решения. Так. Лози Доусон. Так, если выбрать гипноз, собрав все подсказки, то на следующий день бла-бла-бла. И на месте, где он лежал, будет лежать 3 ключа. Так же, как если его убить. Угу. Обращение заставит заболеть всех жителей, у кого нет сюжетного иммунитета. Ну смотри, убить его минус хорошая концовка, объять тоже хуёво будет всему району. Можно попробовать все-таки сделать гипноз. На следующий день, если что, можно будет его ключи отсюда залутать. Вроде адекватный вариант.
Believe me, there is a huge difference between reading about vampires and waking up as one. I learned that myself the hard way.
Oh my god, man, stop your whining. I don't have time for your pointless jibber-jabber.
Let's move on then.
Please, I'm cold and tired. I feel my life waning with every moment.
But first, before you embrace immortality, what would you do with such a gift?
That's a rather impertinent question, Dr. Reed. And I will do as I please.
Answer me all the same. What will your first action be as an immortal?
To save London, I will finance the most efficient quarantine ever seen. I will build a wall that will separate the sick boroughs from the healthy ones.
Who gave you the right to decide the fate of thousands of people?
My money. My money and my pending immortality gives me the needed authority, Doctor. I'm a businessman. I'm used to tough decisions.
Quarantine is not a bad idea, medically speaking. But I'm convinced this epidemic will not be contained by mere walls.
As long as the right people are on the right side of the wall, that's all that matters.
But you can't guarantee infection will not spread. Just one contagious carrier would be enough to create an apocalypse.
The apocalypse is already knocking at the gate. We must be strong now.
I've heard enough. It's time to proceed.
At last. All right, do what you have to do. If it hurts, so be it. I've been preparing such a long time for this.
Блять. Ну ладно, Alt F4. Нужно больше до него доколупываться, всю информацию из него вытащить. Новую часть Deus Ex, да, я слышал. Причем странная деталь насчет той Deus Ex, которая вроде как разрабатывалась. Оригинальный актер озвучания, который озвучивал Адама Дженсона, не в курсе. Он просто не в курсе. То есть, ладно, можно предположить, что делали без него, но, во-первых, смысл делать без того же персонажа Во-вторых, а кто тогда станет главным персонажем? В-третьих, что-то мне подсказывает, что был бы очередной кооперативный шутан низкосортный. Бля, так далеко. Так, тут где-то... Ага, так, эта статья уже собрана. В итоге, может и хрен с ним, что отменили. И я вот к чему веду. Потому что что-то как-то все странно, да и в целом, блин. У многих, если не у всех, ну ладно, не у всех, у многих все-таки студий что-то как-то все странно шло. Может, ничего страшного, что отменили. По крайней мере, не успели нахуевертить. Вполне могли последней игрой франшизу убить. Так,
Finally, you're here.
я уже слышал.
First of all,
I can.
sir, I will.
What?
You'll.
I'm. What?
Let's move on.
Please, I'm.
But first, before you
That's a rather.
answer me,
To say. My. Yeah.
you
Yes. Come. This
quite.
has a lot.
But you.
Yep.
Просто проматываю, потому что я, в принципе, уже, считаю, определился с этим человеком.
I've heard enough. It's time to proceed.
At last. All right. Do what you have to do. If it hurts, so be it. I've been preparing such a long time for
А
this.
если сейчас недостаточно, блять, необходима какая-то конкретная подсказка. Сука. Обращать я этого долбоеба не буду. Пошел он в жопу. Сука. Может доколупаться до всех жителей района? Что они скажут по поводу этого алозия? Ну, грузиться будем. Ну, может быть, да, в принципе, есть ли смысл актера озвучания звать на ранних стадиях. Это, по сути, практически в последний момент его можно позвать, чтобы он протараторил свои реплики. Так, блядь. У диспетчера, что ли, что-то висит? Да, висит. Еще как висит. Твоя винда. Во, пошло. Да, все-таки очень странное время. Очень странным был прошлый год. С одной стороны, навыходила целая куча игр. Много хорошего, прям реально. Внезапно. Непривычно. Давно такого не было. Самих эмбрейсеров, да уж. Чтобы, блядь, не они распускали студии, хорошие студии, а их бы кто-нибудь распродал как шлюху, там... Да, блядь, даже тем же Microsoft, там хуй с ним. Китайцы бы, думаю, наскупали чего-нибудь. Microsoft и стопудово что-нибудь там по дешману урвали. А так, в итоге нагадили всем. И фанатам, и студиям, и просто всем. Потому что кому будет хорошо от того, что куча именитых студий пошла на улицу просто подышать без зарплаты.
Dr. Reed.
О, да, можно поспрашивать насчет Алозия.
Is it true you were dropped in rank? Tell me about it.
Yes, it is. I made a terrible mistake. I deserved it. Sometimes I think I should have resigned.
So why are you still working here?
Because I'm a damn fine copper. I just don't want to have someone innocent hung again by mistake because of me.
The death penalty is a great shame.
I agree. I'm convinced all civilized nations should abolish the death penalty. Maybe after the war, once that bloodshed is over, the survivors will change that.
Why do you think there shouldn't be a death penalty?
I believe no one should decide to take a man's life. Not a nation or a government.
Are you a pacifist, Inspector?
No, sir. But I believe in divine justice. Only God has the right to decide who will live and who must die.
Что тебе это напоминает? Не знаю.
Anything in particular about a man called Aloysius Dawson?
Who doesn't know the man? I think he intervened personally to put an end to the police strike of last August.
What else can you tell me about him?
Aloysius Dawson is exactly the kind of powerful and influential man who could commit murder and get away with it. With just one phone call.
Goodbye, Detective Inspector Orr.
Goodbye. Seems violence and madness are now contagious.
Good evening. What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
I've heard this is a man who has searched for his place in the world for a long time. I hope he found it.
Goodbye, Mr. Baker.
Hello again, Dr. Reed.
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson? Goodbye for now.
На самом деле, мне не то чтобы прямо интересно мнение каждого, но поспрашивать надо. Не знаю, не уверен, что аллегория с бедняком, выигравшим в лотерею, подходит к этой истории.
Good evening, Miss Price.
You know,
Do you know Aloysius Dawson?
everybody knows him. He's only been to my shop once, though, looking for rare books and other intriguing antiques.
Did he buy something from you?
No, he left quickly. He almost laughed at my goods. Mr. Dawson may be a rich man, but you can't buy good manners.
But isn't Aloysius Dawson known for his philanthropy?
That was before his brother Robert died in an aeroplane crash. Since then, the remaining twin has turned into a heartless tycoon.
Goodbye for now.
Скорее всего,
I hope you can stay a little
эта
longer.
подсказка и нужна была. Ладно, девчонка внизу. По-моему, даже не собирается идти наверх. О, кстати, да, тут в подвале еще один товарищ обитает. Оставались бы они вот THQ нордиками. Нормально же все было. Нет, блять. Захотелось в крупную лигу.
Is there anything you could tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
В высшую, точнее, даже.
Yes, of course. We met on several occasions. With time, he got deeper and deeper into the occult.
He's not the only one. It's been quite the fashion for several decades. The Golden Dawn, for instance, is just one example.
True. Aloysius was a member of the Golden Dawn until 1900. Then his thirst for dark knowledge grew. I'm talking forbidden texts, readings which blackened his heart.
Goodbye, sir.
I read perhaps London will survive the epidemic. But I see
Так, похоже, я достаточно инфы заизвлекал. С этими пластинками связана головоломка, которая начинается с задания по поиску книженции, который вот этот человек выдает. Главное, саму книженцию потом не читать, а просто отдать. И вроде как, если по записулькам, которые последуют, правильно понаступать на эти пластины, то можно получить топовый меч. Кстати, насчет меча. Возьму-ка сабельку, надо ее, наверное, качнуть. Не знаю, правда, можно ли ее сделать, прокачать на кровь, но... Но есть только один способ узнать. Так, где тут... Ага, о, верстак. Так, лекарства у меня все на месте. На кровь можно прокачать, в принципе, трижды. Она по урону чуть лучше, чем пила, получается. По крови чуть хуже. Одного куска алюминия не хватает. Ска. Ну ладно, уже хороший урон. Не было бы возможности. Но в конце концов, откуда ведь они взяли эту возможность? Стопудово взяли кредит. Огромный, сука, кредит. Под хуй знает что. Иначе бы они сейчас так судорожно не сокращали бы расходы. Не сокращали бы студии. Да ну, фу, блин. Я примерно, ну, я понимаю, да, хотелось сразу вот так вот хуяк и это самое, но как они в итоге всем подосрали? Эмбрейсеры чертовы. Так, ладно, тут все равно по низам ничего интересного. Бла-бла-бла-бла-бла.
First of all, so, but answer. I've heard enough. It's time to proceed.
At last. All right, do what you have to do. If it hurts, so be it. I've been preparing such a long time for this.
Listen to me, Aloysius Dawson. You will forget your fear of dying, for it has poisoned your mind and made you bitter and ruthless since the death of your twin brother.
You don't understand. Death is oblivion, the eternal void. I know there's nothing there. I saw it in Robert's empty eyes. I saw myself in that coffin.
Death is painful for those who remain, not for those who have passed. All that occult gibberish you filled your head with has made you forget this simple truth.
No! Death will not claim me. I have the power and the money. I've acquired the arcane knowledge needed. I believe there is magic, there are dark forces. You will provide me my extension.
Your ignorance makes you a fool. You have no idea. Look at me. Hunted like a beast, my family lost, cursed. I have not escaped death, I have become it.
No, there must be a way. I don't want to go like my brother did. I have money, lots of money.
Money won't ease your mind. I know you used to be a good and generous man. So I offer you the gift of peace, Aloysius. The tranquility of a true death.
I accept your offer. And I understand. No more fear, I will die a man of dignity. And a man at peace.
Ну, это каждый раз так вот пишут, что район пострадает. Но другие варианты, по-моему, все-таки хуже.
Is it done, Dr. Reed? Is Aloysius Dawson reborn as expected?
I'm afraid Mr. Dawson finally chose to embrace life and death as a mortal.
What do you mean?
He has overcome his fear of dying. I let him rest and wait for death to come.
What? This is unacceptable. Go back there and make him the powerful Ekon he's destined to be.
No, Lord Redgrave. As a doctor and as an immortal, I can't. If you wish to make him your progeny, then proceed on your own.
This is an outrage beyond words. This is betrayal, pure and simple. I should kill you on the spot. You swore on William Marshall's blood.
Well, get rid of me then.
From now on, you're an outcast. Banished. You are forbidden to ever appear in front of us again. Ascalon will smite you on sight, and your heart will be thrown to the rats.
I'll leave you then. Have fun with your puppets and shadow plays, Lord Redgrave.
Yes, go, traitor, and take that awful creature, that counterfeit of a woman I saw waiting for you, and be gone!
Ну, ожидаемо Редгрейв был не в восторге. Впрочем, я как-то не особо боюсь его брызгания слюной. Ты еще скажешь?
We meet again at the strangest of times, young Ekon. So do you serve the Earl of Bristol now?
Old Bridget, what are you doing here?
Your friend, the wise Ekon. She sent me to warn you.
Did anyone see you? It's a long way from the dock sewers, and hunters are patrolling the streets here.
Who said I took the streets? How do you think I survived for centuries in this city without ever being seen? I know all her secrets.
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
She came to us in the sewers in search of answers. Just as you did.
What kind of answers did you give her?
I knew nothing of your maker, but we talked. We talked a lot. Her words and ideas are captivating. It is no surprise that you like her. I like her too.
Lady Ashbury in the sewers? Now that's a sight I wish I'd seen.
She said she was your friend, and that she sought the identity of your maker. So I answered her questions.
Lady Ashbury? You know her? Tell me what's going on.
The lady approached me but a few nights ago, wanting to meet the sewer skulls. Once she questioned Harriet Jones. She agreed to help us.
Harriet Jones is still with you then? How is she doing?
Harriet remains angry, but is recovering slowly. Her mind is twisted, but at least her body is healing.
Tell me what is going on.
The lady asked us to keep an eye on your mortal doctor friend while you were away. We spotted the hunters. They were discussing plans to attack tonight.
Wait.
I'm listening.
Why do I feel like Lord Redgrave was particularly irritated to see you? Far more so than the average Skull, if I may say.
Because I used to know him quite well. And he is afraid I may remember who he really is.
You're Elizabeth's informant. You're the one who told her about Lord Redgrave's lies regarding his lineage.
Yes, but my words were not meant to hurt or threaten. I simply told the story of the sewer skulls, and of so many other forgotten children.
Where is Lady Ashbury right now?
She said she will go home. She needed to speak with some old friends first, though. Do not worry, young Ekon. She is no fool, and just as strong as you.
How did Elizabeth find you?
She presented herself humbly at our gate, and asked if we knew of any ancestral vampires hiding in London. She asked about Ascalon. She asked about many things.
What do you think of her?
Her soul is good, yet tainted with a deep sadness, and the scars of ancient wounds. Time does that to us immortals, for we have so much to dwell upon.
Why did she come to you?
I am old Bridget, the buried memory of the city. She sought the silent truths, truths I have kept hidden for so long.
No time to lose, then. I must go there right away.
I shall return to my den. Have you a message for the lady? Should I see her before you?
Yes. Tell her I love her.
Is this still unknown to her? Go now and take care, young Ekon, for the flames are rising.
Насчет Суицид Сквада, да, я тоже, короче, понятное дело, слышал про этот факап. Техническое состояние, ну, в принципе, такое же, как у последнего Бэтмена, то есть никакущее. Ничего удивительного. В принципе, я от Суицид Сквада вообще ни хрена не ждал. Я его не ждал. Я совершенно равнодушен. Короче, совершенно равнодушен к тематике супергероев. И тут меня, в общем-то, ничем не удивили. Просто очередной хуёвый релиз. Ее, конечно, еще, может, починят, исправят. Ее, конечно, уже заплевали любители этих самых супергероев марвеловских. Потому что, насколько я слышал, их там настолько тупо сливают Лигу Справедливости эту. О, блять, выносливости нема. А он со щитом. Ох ты ж говняк. Последний Бэтмен, говоришь, был очень хорош. Я так скажу. У них, неважно по какому из супергероев, периодически проскакивает хороший фильм. Но Ну, видимо, просто много студий разных параллельно этим занимается. То вроде бы и хорошо сделают, а то говно, 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 говном. Так. Прочекаю, никто не заболел. А то что-то враги нарезались. Блять, это пердунья. Ненавижу их. А, да. Игры про супергероев, если честно, я ни одной хорошей что-то не могу припомнить. Вот от слова совсем. А, ну ладно, только вот. Про Бэтмена нормальная серия. Кстати, ладно, да, согласен. Ну, правда, нормальная серия. В принципе, даже вот этот тот... Господи, как же Arkham Knight. После всех патчей, ну, играбельно. Но трилогия... Трилогия нормальная. После этого что-то уже как-то... Как-то не очень. Так. Вроде внутри все здоровы, никого лишнего.
Those bastards. What have they done to Edgar? Looks like he's wounded. I better follow the blood.
Так, идти по следам крови. О, наверх. Тут закрыто было. О, осмотреться мне не дадут. Путаться там. Мало ли. Халява какая-то. Лифт. Серьезно. Да блин, все равно сижу, вот вспоминаю, а по кому у нас из них еще хоть одна, может быть, нормальная игра выходила? Ну, Паука недавних, в принципе, хвалят. Кто их делает? Инсомниак вроде. Ну, хз, не знаю. Я как-то очень равнодушно отношусь к Спайдермену. Так, ну тут явно будет босс-файт. Я что-то даже не сомневаюсь.
Ultraviolet curtains and orichalcum powder. Dr. Swansea's always been a resourceful bastard. I bet he never told you he had this installed in case of a vampire attack. Says a lot about how much he trusts you.
What have you done with Edgar?
Don't worry. We don't kill humans. Even if your friend is deserving of a little punishment for what.
What are you talking about?
We know everything. Swansea and you created this bloody epidemic. You aim to unleash another disaster just like William Marshall did.
No, I'm trying to put an end to it. Just like you are.
You're the progeny, aren't you? Where is the monster hiding? It's still in England, isn't it?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Jeffrey, please listen to me.
No tricks. That shit won't work on me. We've found proof in the theater. Doris Fletcher was your first experiment. Now where is Marshall? Speak! So much for modern technology. Time for the tried and true. Do you know what this is, beast? This is a drop of King Arthur's blood. The blood of a true defender of Britain. Stronger than your evil powers.
This is ridiculous. We're losing precious time.
True enough. Soon I'll bring your head before your coward of a father.
Камцумир на мейны Шишкин. О.
We are the guardian of justice. Priwen shall prevail.
You can't accept the fact we're not enemies, can you?
We always have been, and we always will be. Of all the evils that threaten mankind, your kind are the worst.
I'm not saying we could be friends, you and I. But perhaps we could collaborate to put an end to this epidemic.
Never! We are Priwen. We do not negotiate. We do not compromise.
There is no way you'll ever let me be, McCullum. You'll always hunt me down, won't you?
There is no escape, Leech. Kill me now. For there is no way you can sway me to your ideals.
That's where you're mistaken.
What do you mean?
I'll spare you, McCullum. I'll offer you the mercy you never offered me.
What is this ruse?
This is no ruse, McCullum. This is me letting you go. After all, you and I are both trying to save this poor country in our own way.
I'll kill you, Reed. Next time we meet, I'll end you.
Халявный опыт.
See? Progress already.
За обращение с меня опыт снимают.
Called me by my name.
Не, у меня опыта, конечно, до хрена, но...
Goodbye, Hunter.
Да ну его нахуй. Так меня будет преследовать всего лишь человек, а иначе сверхъестественная скотина бы за мной бегала. Просто убить его не дают. То есть он в любом случае чувствуется, еще попытается меня за жопу схватить. Да, обращать совершенно невыгодно. Единственное, что этого священника из порта, его именно обратить все-таки надо было. Так. Спасти Эдгара Суонси. И как лучше идти? Слева по набережной и на первый мост. А, это то, что повесточку везде суют. Ай, блядь, ты хули беззвучно-то как кастуешь? Левелапнулся, что ли, говнюк? Так. Переключусь-ка я пока на сабельку. Надо немножко крови в себя всосать. Еще в идеале бы алюминиевую пластину где-то найти. А, стоп. Я могу, наверное, попытаться по стелсу к этому подойти. И пожрать. Ну, можно и так сказать. Просто, скажем так, вот эта коса, которую почти в самом начале можно найти, она сильнее всех прокачивается на урон. Вот на чистый урон. Она отлично рубит. Ну и нужно что-нибудь еще, чтобы кровищей подобедоваться. То есть либо на оглушение дубиночку, например, таскать, чтобы к кому-нибудь присосаться, либо ну чисто на кровоток что-нибудь. Меч, нож.
So Priwen never left Doris's theater after they invaded. They must be holding Edgar here in their new headquarters.
Единственное, что замах довольно долгий, неудобный. Ну, это ладно, это ничего страшного. Так. Заперто. Свинцовая пластина. Не то. Так. Расследовать похищение Сонси. Да, он ниже. Может, люстру какую-нибудь можно уронить? Да люстры нету. Да-да-да. Нет оружия лучше вилки. Один удар, 4 дырки. Да, правда, вот уже чуть-чуть не хватает урона у этой мотыги. Что-то не так со звуками стало. Сейчас альтабнусь туда-сюда. Эти придурки орут где-то там в километре от меня, судя по звуку. Здесь я был. Че-то я не припомню, чтобы было... Чтобы был еще хоть один где-нибудь спуск. Может, где-нибудь дверь ныне доступна. Лор вампиров. Да. В общем-то, даже прописан. Хотя не слишком далеко. То есть Я тут не припомню миф о происхождении вампиров как таковых. Кто там? Спасибо, дядя. Хотя, скорее всего, тоже что-нибудь есть. Вообще тут довольно много текстовой информации всякой. Может по происхождению все-таки что-то есть. Я не во все вчитывался. Я не сильно люблю, когда слишком много букв. Так. А в итоге у нас есть маленькая проблемка. Расследовать похищение. Давай-ка выйду сейчас наружу. Плюс, может, тут те, кто спиздил дневник этого предсказателя, будут тусоваться. Нет. Нужно поспать, чтобы они появились. Ну, тут общество вампиров, оно такое своеобразное. То есть условный клуб Аскалон, которых другие вампиры тоже недолюбливают, ибо они жопушники. Так. Все-таки указатели внутри. В общем, есть условный клуб Аскалон, есть вот эти вот скали, разумные и не очень. Древних вампиров, совсем древних, давным-давно вырезали. Всех или почти всех. Так, слушай, я сейчас отойду ненадолго. Или нет? Что-то мне крутит немножко. Ладно, успеем, если что, тут бежать недалеко. Я не могу понять, что от меня требуется. Собрать информацию о работе Эдгара Свонси. Заебись. Нигде ничего не подсвечивается. Нигде ничего не юзается. Даже вот этот ящик не юзается. Нет ни следов крови, ни хрена. Единственная дверь заперта. Охуенно. Что мне записульку какую-нибудь надо прочитать. Газетная статья. Дневник Дорис Флетчер. Нет, это все не то. Ладно, сейчас. Сейчас вернусь. О, короче, я живой. О, бля. Ох. Видимо, я рисковый человек. В скобочках долбоеб. Раз шавуху молоком запивал. Бля. Так, что мне тут делать? Я так и не понял. Потому что ничего не юзабельно, ничего не того. Ладно. Доктор Эдгар Свонси. Здесь. Явно к нему проход через вот этого красавца должен вести. Так, эта дверь просто заперта. То есть открывается либо ключом, либо скриптом. Так, тут еще поверху у меня кто-то подсвечивался. Это немножко странно. Может, там, например, еще какой-нибудь вход. Почему я так думаю? Потому что я вроде бы всех уже повырезал. Между тем кто-то еще остался. Я этого придурка, по-моему, уже убивал. Так, а тут... Эта дверь не открывается. Я очень сомневаюсь, что проход вниз может быть на самом верху. Но было бы неплохо, например, найти ключ к имеющемуся проходу. Верно ведь? С другой стороны, откуда бы ему взяться после того, как мы уже все зачистили? На балкон, кстати, я не выходил. Единственное место, где я еще носом не прочесал все стены, это балкон на втором этаже. Так. Тут ничего. Вообще нихуя. Но этих распятий тут не было. Я бы эту комнату вроде бы переделывали. Ну, изменили точнее. Но мне это ни хрена не дает. Вот в чем беда. Собрать информацию о работе Эдгара Свонси. Ну да, это все внутрях. Я не понимаю. Так, ну это чисто выход. Перед входом. Хотя бы чего-нибудь, а? Я уж, честно говоря, даже не знаю, куда я еще не ткнулся. О, да ёб твою душу, а. Отчет Маккалума.
Doris Fletcher was about to become a disaster. I'm getting close to having all the
О,
evidence.
наконец есть ключ. Ugh. Так. Собственно, в эту дверь мы вошли. Там еще одного обалдуя выстегнуть. Опять же, мне бы кусок алюминия найти. Ради последних улучшений. Так, сейф для улик. Он будет постоянно заперт. Если вам понадобится его открыть, разыщите меня на 2-м этаже и возьмите у меня ключ. Мемуары Уильяма Маршалла. Он победил какой-то кошмар с большой буквы. И на этом, похоже, подружился как раз с братством Святого Павла. Это слеза ангелов. Это древний рецепт снадобья, способного его исцелить. Очистить кровь. Кровь чистейшего из сердец с кровью короля. Ну, кстати, наверное, наша кровь подойдет. Чистейший из сердец с кровью короля. Чистая эссенция чеснока.
Blood of a pure heart, garlic, blood of a king. I don't understand. Perhaps this is what McCullum drank. I had better keep that in mind.
Так, рыцарь Вампир. Уильям Маршалл. Так, на 2-м этаже, да? Блин, мы там уже все обыскали. Ну, видимо, сейчас кто-нибудь заспавнился. Или что-нибудь. Или где-нибудь. Ну ладно, 2-й этаж — это уже наводка. достаточно точные. Потому что вот он, второй этаж. Только в том, что второй этаж, в общем-то, вот тут самый обширный. Где именно мне искать ключ? С учетом того, что я тут уже всех повычистил, никаких ключев не видел. Закусон. О, появился.
Don't know if I should read this.
Личная записная книжка. А, ящик Пандоры. Не читаем, значится. Это вот как раз то задание предсказателя. Ее не надо читать, если хочется получить топовое оружие.
Edgar, can you hear me?
Jonathan, is it really you?
Easy. Easy. Save your strength. I'm getting you out of here.
Don't try to spare me. As a physician, I know all too well when it's too late. Punctured lung, broken ribs, and internal bleeding. An accurate diagnosis, wouldn't you say?
Edgar, what happened?
They wanted me to confess. Beat me black and blue.
Jeffrey McCullum ambushed me at the Pembroke Hospital. He was convinced you and I were responsible for the Skal epidemic.
I never imagined that self-righteous fanatic would dare to attack us in the open. What became of him?
To prove him wrong, I let him go.
Really? You sure that was the wisest course of action?
Time will tell. The most intriguing part of his accusation was that you and I were the pawns of some ancient vampire.
William Marshall. Yes, they tortured me to make me confess the same nonsense.
Но у меня есть записка Уильяма Маршалла. Он, скорее всего, смог излечиться. Ну, либо сдох в процессе.
I trust you, Edgar, but the God of Priwen is onto something.
What do you mean?
William Marshall, for example. You speak of him as if you know him. How is that?
Jonathan, I cannot say I'm ready for another round of questions.
Why would the God of Priwen believe you and I created the vampire epidemic?
Maybe due to our profession? Because I offered you shelter in my hospital.
What can you tell me about William Marshall?
Not much. History paints the story he was the greatest knight who ever lived. Amongst the immortals, he had a yet greater legend.
Why is the Guard of Priwen so obsessed with him?
He was the only ancient vampire to escape the first great hunt launched by the Guard of Priwen in 1854. They believe he's an evil creature plotting his return.
Why would he deserve such a reputation?
I cannot say. The Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole has next to no intelligence on him. All I know is that he's supposed to be the oldest of all the British vampires.
While investigating the epidemic, I read some of McCullum's findings. I think you have some explaining to do.
I have nothing to hide, Jonathan. Nothing at all.
Do you know Doris Fletcher's real name?
No, I'm afraid not.
Her real name was Doris Jones. She was the daughter of Harriet Jones.
What do you want me to say, Jonathan?
Do you remember when we suspected Sean Hampton of killing Harriet Jones?
Yes. The terrible episode that came as a shock to us all.
Harriet Jones faked her own death. When I found her in the sewers, she confessed she wanted everybody to pay for what happened to her.
That woman was extremely bitter, full of hatred and festering anger.
Ладно.
Doris Fletcher visited her mother at the Pembroke Hospital. That's how she first got infected.
I know nothing about that. Miss Fletcher once came to visit the sick. That is all I know.
No, Edgar, there is more. Doris Fletcher was Harriet Jones's daughter. They exhibited the same symptoms: blind hate and strong physical mutation.
What does this sad story have to do with us?
Do you know where we are? Doris Fletcher's theater. This is where that hateful creature plotted to spread the epidemic across London.
I only briefly met Miss Fletcher once when she visited the Pembroke Hospital. You say it was to see her mother. She seemed like such a sweet and graceful woman.
My point exactly. The disease turned her into a bitter soul, driven by vengeance just like her mother. A symptom of all the infected patients.
Certain diseases are known to produce similar effects. Rabies, for example. And rabies is not the devil at work.
Come on, Edgar. Don't you see the pattern here? The epidemic, the link between Doris and Harriet, the suspicion of McCullum?
How could I? I never saw Harriet Jones again after she fled the hospital.
Doris and Harriet shared more than a hidden family bond. They were the embodiment of the epidemic and are linked to the Pembroke Hospital. Come on, Edgar, this is no coincidence.
I swear I'm at a complete loss. All I did was administer vampire blood to cure old Harriet. There was no evil plan, no diabolical plot.
You did what?
I tested the regenerating and healing properties of vampire blood on Harriet Jones. My only intention was to find the cure for influenza, I swear.
Whose blood did you use? William Marshall's? Mine?
Lady Ashbury's. While transfusing her with human blood, humanely appeasing her hunger, I also kept samples of her blood for my research.
You used her blood on Harriet Jones? My God, Edgar, that's unethical. You betrayed 2 of your patients at the same time.
I made a mistake. But what is science if not trial and error? We both know it, Jonathan, we both know it.
What a poor justification for your morbid fascination and thirst for glory.
You have worked beside me. You saw what I'm doing at Pembroke Hospital. Jonathan, you know I'm not an evil soul. Just another victim of this tragedy.
Так. Надо посмотреть, какие последствия. Блять, как его зовут? Ладно, проще. Тут последствия хрен угадаешь от выборов. Потому что подсказки на возможные последствия можно читать во все стороны. Так. Шон Хэмптон? Нет. Господи. О, последствия выборов. Может, тут что? Как этого мужика зовут? Я забыл. Свонзи. Свонзи. Эдгар Свонзи. Во, все. Вот. Потому что если уж и искать, то через Вику какую-либо информацию. По всяким типа гайдам и форумам это глаза сломаешь в итоге. Ни хрена толкового не найдешь. Не, может найдешь, а может не найдешь. Такое. Так, биография, личность, внешность. На пока толку информации. То есть, если обратить, будут писать, что, ну, больница говно, врачи говно, ну, короче, такое вот. Но больница, по крайней мере, продолжит существовать. Тут говорят наоборот, что он типа лучше стал. Чё? Непонятно. Но бездействие действительно такое же убийство в данном случае. Он сам себе довольно точно поставил диагноз. А хрен с ним.
No, Edgar, you are not going to die. Unless you want to.
What do you mean?
I can save you, Edgar. I can turn your broken body into one like mine.
You truly would? After all I've done, after all that's been said, you would offer me this gift?
I have no way of knowing which punishment would be worse, Edgar. But it is not for me to decide. So?
Oh, please, Jonathan, please. I beg you. This is what I've always wanted. This is what I've always searched for.
Very well, then. Prepare to die and be reborn. To face an eternity of guilt.
I'm ready. Oh, indeed, I am ready.
Enough!
В принципе, ну, ставил он эксперименты на больных. По сути, экспериментировал с лечением. Да, привело к хуёвому результату. Как и зачастую бывает с экспериментальными лечениями. Ну, к очень хуёвому результату, потому что он реально рисковый путь выбрал. Кровью вампира лечить. Но отчасти он прав, потому что... Чё? Потому что большинство медицинских открытий в конечном счете делалось, ну, за счет чьей-то жертвы. Потому что в любом случае лекарства нужно испытывать. Нужно пытаться искать новые. Сильно не парься насчет этого ГРК. Понимаешь, такие разговоры ходят уже много лет. Они то думают, то не думают. Конечно, вероятность все равно существует. Но, скорее всего, там договорятся в итоге. То есть... Это все очень похоже на предвыборную толкотню. Выберут условного Трампа, и все сразу успокоятся. Укрепят границу, которая у них сейчас настежь. Из-за чего, собственно, кипиш и начался. Из-за границы. Так же, как и с дефолтом доллара, они его... Он рано или поздно рухнет. Потому что, ну, там такой кредитный такой кредитный пузырь, это просто пиздец. Но, смотри, сейчас, несмотря на забастовки местных жителей, в Аргентине все-таки принимают, скорее всего, конечно, не 100%, но, скорее всего, принимают отказ от своей валюты, ну, чтобы внутри страны расплачиваться долларом. Таким образом, Америка часть своей инфляции на Аргентину еще переложит. За ними будет еще парочка стран. В Европе не сильно хорошо дела идут. То есть америкосы не преминут таким образом отказаться от... Ну, заставить всех отказаться от евро, которая им-то нахуй не нужна. Она и так ничем не подкреплена. Она целиком на долларе висит. Ну вот. Тоже на кого-нибудь переложит. Так и отсрочат. Еще нахуй знает сколько лет.
What good fortune brings you back to me, Jonathan? What is it, my dear?
I'm afraid it's bad news, Elizabeth. The worst, actually.
Please, speak up.
Edgar is no longer in McCullum's grasp. I resolved that matter.
Where is our good friend now? Is he well?
Of a sort. His injuries were mortal. I had no choice but to make him one of us. To save him. Or to punish him.
To punish him? I fail to understand. And what is the source of this cold tone in your voice?
Edgar Swansea was responsible for the Skal epidemic, Elizabeth. It was he who unleashed the deadly scourge upon London.
What? Are you certain? This is the most terrible accusation of all.
He confessed everything to me. He sought to cure the disease, to exploit vampire blood to stop the epidemic. But he unwittingly gave birth to a catastrophe.
All those poor victims. How could he do it? What happened?
Edgar gave no heed to ethics. His theory could have been proven to be correct, but he abused the confidence of his patients to test it.
I must say I'm shocked, Jonathan. Who would have thought it? And the poor patient. Let me guess. It was Harriet Jones, was it not?
Yes. That explains how Doris Fletcher was infected, and how she became an Icor. She secretly visited her mother at Pembroke.
Then we have no choice. We must act quickly, Jonathan. We must return to the sewers and put an end to the threat poor Harriet embodies.
I have one more matter to discuss with you. Harriet Jones was the primary case, but do you know what a healthy carrier is?
There is a tone in your voice that frightens me, Jonathan. What are you trying to say?
It was your blood Edgar used for his experiment on Harriet Jones.
What? No. No. This can't be. Oh.
Elizabeth, are you all right?
No, I have to go.
What do you mean?
Leave me alone. Save the city, Jonathan. Save what can be saved.
Elizabeth, I need answers. Why did your blood
Stay
cause
away
this?
from me. Please. I swear I never was your
Wait!
enemy.
No! Elizabeth!
Перенервничала. Ну... Да, огорошили ее, конечно. Так, получить каплю крови Уильяма Маршалла у лорда Редгрейва. Скорее всего, придется забрать силой. Получить каплю крови короля Артура у Джеффри Маккалума. А, ну да, он ее... У него вроде как была эта кровь. Отыскать инсулин в старом морге Пембрукской больницы. Ладно. В принципе... Лорд, скорее всего, не отдаст нам каплю крови. Придется ему пиздюлей надавать, чтобы силой отобрать. Калум... Хрен его знает.
Now would be a good time to blend the recipe Marshall used when he fought the disaster. I think I know where to find what I need.
Скорее всего, еще что-то неладное произойдет в морге. Самое место, чтобы с какой-нибудь Харриет Джонс драться, уже мутировавший. Учитывая, что дочка от нее заразилась, Харриет, думаю, будет серьезным врагом.
Lord Redgrave will have to spare me a drop.
Не рада мне, значится, да. Так, а я попробую сзади зайти. Насчет этой бабёхи еще ничего не ясно. Почему она сбрендила?
He is dead, I've heard. I wish I was dead too.
I must go now.
Доусон все-таки умер. Ну, не будем о нем скорбеть.
I'm still persona non grata in the Ascalon Club. If I want to speak with Lord Redgrave, I'll improvise.
Ах ты жопа! Сам нарвался. Свинцовая пластина. Да, ну смысл просвечивать. Вампиры при этом, по-моему, не подсвечиваются. Наверное. Но это не точно. Так, а где он? Тут есть еще подвал, кстати. Не помню, правда, где ключ от него я брал, но... Подвал, по-моему, вот здесь вход. Ключ, по-моему, наверху на столе, что ли. О.
Good evening, Lord Redgrave.
What are you doing here, traitor? I shall smite you for this audacity.
I'm not here to bicker, Lord Redgrave. I can put an end to this epidemic, but I need your assistance to do so.
Good. We've held out thus far. but the time has come to put an end to this crisis. Tell me, what do you need?
The blood of William Marshall.
The blood of William Marshall? Of my maker? Are you mad? This blood is the purest of all. My maker proffered it to me on the battlefield. I cannot hand it to you.
This is more important than the club, you or me. This is London's last hope.
I see. Well, in that case, given the gravity of the situation, I suppose I can spare you a drop.
Thank you, my lord.
If you manage to save this city, you'll prove yourself a veritable servant of the crown. So Godspeed, Dr. Reed. Our fate lies wholly in your hands.
На удивление, он оказался благоразумным и изговорчивым. Правда, охранника я его порвал немножко. В Bloodlines, да, играл. Жалко только, что в Стиме я его в итоге так и не купил. У меня вечно ценник, хрен те знает какой. Неразумный был. А сейчас вообще для Ру региона не продается. Я тебе больше скажу. В общем-то, и предыдущую игру по этой же теме, по этой же вселенной, Vampyr Masquerade Redemption, тоже играл. Она другая, но на самом деле тоже довольно прикольная. Так. С той стороны вроде бы мой кабинет. Хочу заскочить наверх, что-то попрокачать. Так. Мемуары. Ага. Во-первых, сок алюминия. Угу. Но в плане урона все-таки коса лучший вариант. Ну, разве что вот сюда еще можно качнуть. Дубинку чисто как максимальное оглушение. Чтобы можно было к кому-то присосаться. Так. Выносливость. Восстанавливает кровь. Наверное, лучше чисто хилки. Есть? Нет. Вот. Мгм. Ну так, на всякий пожарный. Так, теперь, значит, в морг. Причем указывает наверх. Ну да, там на втором этаже морга была комната запертая. Что-то я не уверен, на самом деле, в этом лекарстве. То есть чеснока нет. Используем суррогат. Кровь Уильяма Маршалла. Или как бишь там его. Типа как самая чистая. В чем я, кстати говоря, ни хрена не уверен насчет того, что там чистая. Впрочем, более чистый нам особо неоткуда взять.
There it is. Insulin.
Инсулин.
Much more efficient than garlic against blood poisoning and sepsis, and much less dangerous for me. Thank you, Dr. Polescu.
Типа он... Чё, инсулин типа до хрена полезен? Ну, до хрена эффективен против заражений крови? Единственное, что, ну, понятное дело, это лекарство для диабетиков, но его избыток в организме как бы смертелен. И то не для всех диабетиков, там разные они бывают. То есть для кого-то это лекарство, а для кого-то нифига. Так, теперь в сторону кладбища. Макалум у нас, значит, на кладбище сейчас тусуется. Случайно. Подозреваю, что он на самом верху под стеллой тусуется. Интересно, удастся ли с ним договориться.
If McCullum really drank the blood of King Arthur, then I might have found another vital ingredient for my recipe.
Так. И где он? О. А чё ты не отзываешься?
Good evening, Vampire Hunter.
Are you here to end me, Leech? You'll find I will not be killed easily.
Not at all, McCullum. I am here because I need you.
Really? I'm intrigued. Speak up, then.
I need the blood of a king. The blood of Arthur. I'm certain you possess it, and I must have it.
The guard's most sacred and precious relic. Why would you? You found Marshall's memoirs. I should have destroyed that book.
I need the antidote to save this city, McCullum.
It is within me to take your words as truth. I want to, but I must know more. What precisely are your plans?
I have found the carrier, McCullum. The infection's source. It may be science or some supernatural power that's responsible for all this. But I will harness either or both to end the epidemic.
A vampire doctor. My God, you're a terrifying creature. Jonathan Emmett Reed.
Do you not understand? We wanted the same thing from the outset. A means to end this vampire epidemic.
Not enemies. Maybe that is so. Take it then. I see no other hope for this city. If this is some trick, you will be damned, Dr. Reed.
Thank you. Can we speak more?
Indeed. Why not?
Why are you here?
The man who raised me after the brutal murder of my parents. He's buried here.
And who was this man?
Carl Eldritch. One-time leader of Prewin. He killed my father in front of me. Helped me hunt my brother Ain after teaching me how to kill leeches.
Were both your parents killed by vampires?
Yes. And yet worse. My father returned to Dublin a vampire and tore out my mother's throat.
What will the Guard of Prewin do now? Will you stop the Great Hunt?
Yes. But we shall continue to protect innocents from beasts like you and your red-headed friend.
Like me?
I am indebted to you for sparing me at Pembroke. But this won't always be the case. I'm no coward like those St. Paul Stowe brothers.
How long have you known Lady Ashbury? Where is she? And what will you do to her?
We saw you meeting her, so of course we investigated. But she is gone. Our scouts reported she has sold some paintings and departed for an unknown destination.
Adieu, Vampire Hunter.
Until we meet again, Blood Drinker.
Так. Найти потайное место, чтобы создать противоядие. В принципе, здесь есть одно. Рядышком. Вообще их много по городу, но... Пойду тупо к ближайшему. А, сука. Хули ты как долго целишься-то, даун? Говнюк! Закусон.
The blend seems stable. Time to go and find Harriet in the sewers.
В канализации. Так, сейчас, секунду. Где спуск? Я пытаюсь вспомнить, где спуск. Порт. Центр. Ближе всего, наверное... Ой, ладно, насрать на них на всех. С высокой колокольни. Так. Whitechapel. Сейчас в какую сторону? Так, мне нужен спуск в канализацию, которая позади поместья Редгрейва. Угу. Для этого надо... Ну, тут долгий пробег. Тут здесь врагов больше. В теории. Так, сейчас сориентируюсь. Все, вспомнил эту торговку. Мимо нее, вниз. Да, там рядом на самом деле все. А ты что тут делаешь, тварь?
This place has been ransacked.
Ага.
They've all been slaughtered. Pre-one? No, not their style.
Не привен.
Where has Harriet gone? She must have left a trail I could follow.
Даже интересно, во что все-таки мутировала эта Харриет Джонс. Злобная старуха. Стоп. Тут... тут, кстати, не было этого прохода. Ну, тогда осматриваться по сторонам.
Time to put an end to this. Where is old Bridget? Damn. If I'd come earlier, they would still be alive.
Take not a step further, child, for you are unprepared.
You, at last. I wondered when you would show your face again. Step away. We have nothing to discuss.
Desist, child. You cannot confront the monstrosity unleashed upon this land without due preparation. I shall not allow it.
All right. But no more riddles. Enough of the obscure songs and prophecies. I ask questions, and you answer them.
My words have been as clear as crystal lakes, my child. You seem unwilling to drink, to listen, to learn.
What is your true appearance?
I do not understand. This is who I am.
Давай, Годжус. В принципе, как соберешься. Единственное, что это уже конец.
But who are you really? Tell me your name.
I am your maker. I am the servant of the Red Goddess and protector of this land. I have many names.
Just give me one, then.
There are those who call me Myrddin Wild, the Wild-Horned Man. But I never was a man. I was born out of blood.
Blood? You are made of blood. Surely you are joking.
Why would I? And no, I'm not made of blood. I am blood. Blood is what I am since my birth and for eternity.
Why did you choose me?
Only you could provide a modern, scientific answer to this ancient, mystical thread.
Speak to me of this ancient thread.
The blood of hate. Vessel of the wrath of the goddess. When she awakens, a disaster will be born into this world, for she is hunger and anger.
What kind of modern answer?
Disease, contagion, and contamination. How they course through veins is your dominion, my child. Your choices have made you. Only you can save this land.
I'm here to stop Harriet Jones. She is the original carrier. The well from which this corruption flows.
I have heard you, but be wary. Harriet Jones's mind is no more.
she has metamorphosed into an apocalypse. Born from, drenched in, and driven by the blood of hate.
What is the blood of hate?
It is the curse of the goddess. It is the hunger in you, the need for blood, the will to strike and to punish, to spit in the eye of God.
Tell me about this disaster, creature. I know London fell victim to such a thing in 1666.
A disaster is pure anger born through blood. Its name means bad star, for they only appear when our queen unleashes her unquenchable wrath upon the world.
So the disaster is some sort of accident. A disease vampires carry dormant in their blood, waiting to emerge.
That's your modern answer. But a disaster is at the same time both less and more.
Tell me what it is then, in your own words.
A disaster is the pure will of our queen. Whenever she dreams of walking this earth, she awakes in this putrid vessel.
And who is this queen?
She is the Red Goddess, the Queen of Blood. In my youth, 100 lifetimes ago, she was worshipped as the Morrigan. She is my mother. She is yours, too.
The Morrigan? The Celtic goddess of war? Is this a ruse of some kind?
She has been worshipped in many forms throughout the ages. The true nature of the Red Queen is beyond your comprehension, eluding even mine. But know this, she is a vengeful mother.
I only wish to know how to put an end to this epidemic.
To perform an act so noble, you must protect yourself from its poisonous kiss, my child.
I know. McCullum used such a serum when trying to kill me. However, I have produced a more efficacious version of the antidote.
Your final task awaits you at the end of these tunnels. I've known for ages you were worthy of this challenge, my champion, Bittersweet.
What will happen thereafter? What future awaits me beyond these dark tunnels?
Your fate, my child, and the fate of this land. A disaster is about to enter this world to smite us all and teach us humility. You are our final hope.
Will it be over then? Once I've defeated this creature?
Yes. The threat will dissipate like so much smoke, for you will have purified its source.
And then what? What will become of me?
How would I know? I am no god, and your fate is in your own hands. For you are our champion.
You tricked me. My sister died for your schemes. I have brought suffering and tragedy into this world. I am not, nor will I ever be your champion.
Very soon you'll come to know that sacrifice is sometimes necessary. I understand the grudge a child bears towards his father and mother. Be brave, my child.
Так, во-первых. Этот особый инъектор не ставится в слот. И ладно. Ага. Эту дверку мы только что пробегали.
so sick. Doctor, help me, please. I'm in such pain.
I'll be glad to be of assistance.
Ah, like your help, Doris. Liars, all of you. My poor baby. I've been such a bad mother. But the Queen herself forgave me. Gave me another chance.
Harriet, you must stop all of this. I can't let you infect anyone else.
How dare you interfere with the Red Queen's plans, Doctor? How can you stop the course of nature? Poor baby.
С ульты надо сразу начинать. Она очень много урона вносит. Но не в этот раз. А, нет. Ей хватило. Наоборот. Нормас. Это первая стадия. Понял. Невосприимчивость к кровавым атакам. Либо просто временная невосприимчивость. Ох. Ох ты ж. Отходим.
No one could ever defeat you, mother of us all, for you are our every root and leaf.
You've always been my most amusing son.
Then go back to sleep, my queen, and smile at us from your dreams.
Did they feel my wrath? Have they suffered enough?
More than ever, mother of us all.
Until the next time.
Until the next time.
Подрались с бабушкой. Та повеселилась и ушла.
You have put an end to this terrible menace.
Old Bridget, what are you doing here?
This is my realm, Ekon. This is Suaskal territory.
But they were all massacred by the monstrosity that Harriet became.
Others will come, engendered by deceitful vampires. I don't mean you, of course.
I thought you'd been slaughtered, with all the other Suaskals.
I was up above, in search of help when Harriet suddenly turned into that thing. I have no idea what it was.
It's over now. London is no longer shrouded in the disaster's shadow. We're all safe.
Yes, you prevailed in the end. I hope you'll forgive me for the way I treated you when first you presented yourself at our gate.
No need to apologize, really.
Perhaps there will be no stories told or songs sung of what happened here today. But I'll know the truth. Jonathan Reed, newborn vampire, stepped forward and saved us all.
I'm honored to be part of this city's legend. Thank you, old Bridget. May I ask you just one question?
How could I refuse you anything now? I'll answer just as I answered Lady Ashbury. when we met a few nights ago.
Who are you? Really?
I was born with the name Bridget Eleanor Wellington. In 1738, my beloved and immortal husband decided to preserve my beauty and youth forever by making me drink his blood.
You were Lord Redgrave's wife. Then the pompous fool rejected you, did he not?
It was about 200 years ago. Peace found me in time. And I sincerely hope it will find you too, now that all is over.
No, it's not over. I may have ended the vampire epidemic, but I still need answers from the woman I love.
I feared you would say that. Go then, young Ekon, and face your fate. Just remember that I'll always be here for you.
London has been cleansed. This catastrophe came about when an ancient malignant will crossed paths with mortal imprudence. For now, we are safe. For now. My craving for blood remains. Red like hate, red like hunger. Red as life and death, passing from one immortal to another. From predator to victim. Patiently biding its time to rise again. London has been cleansed for now, but there's a simmering hatred, fear, and old grudges. When will we succumb, mortals and immortals alike? The next disaster is only a matter of time. My only hope now is to catch the woman I love, to understand why she fled, and unmask the secret that has been lurking in her blood for so long.
Если подумать, она ведь и прошлую охоту избежала. Может, и тот ужас она породила. Возможно, не по своей воле.
Well, this is it. Lady Ashbury's domain. Why am I not surprised it's not on any maps? I'd better hurry.
Beautiful morn, my child. It looks like dawn is here at long last.
Can't you just leave me alone? Your precious queen has been sent back to the bottomless pit from whence she came. The nightmare is almost over.
I am here to say goodbye. The sun's warmth exhausts me. Soon I will rejoin my queen in her endless sleep. It is over. You did well.
So our beloved mother will just go back to sleep, now that enough people have suffered. Is that it?
No, Jonathan. The Morrigan has been appeased because you dared confront her. You have prevailed, my bittersweet champion.
What does she seek? Revenge? Retribution?
She seeks nothing, since she only dreams of it. In the ancient tongue, when I was young, her name meant ghostly queen. Pray she never fully awakens, for her wrath knows no bounds.
And what are you to her? Her counterpart? Her opponent in some timeless game?
She is my mother, my dreadful and sour-tempered mother. She is yours too, in a way, but you are not born from her terrible womb like me. You are but a distant child.
Why did Harriet Jones become a disaster?
You are the doctor. You hold the knowledge needed to answer such a question. Have you the answer?
I noticed that all the Icors were female, as if a male couldn't endure the metamorphosis. Harriet was also a bitter and resentful woman, as was her daughter.
If the Morrigan prefers despoiled women to become the vessels of her wrath, we should be thankful that but one disaster hath been cast upon this wobbling world.
Icors seem to carry various diseases. They did not merely turn people into skulls. Their presence alone spreads death.
Who knows whether the Red Queen awakens when cursed mortals endure such epidemics, or if the contagions emerge like a curse as she awakes.
This is not over. I am here to find the true origin of the blood of hate.
'Tis unwise to interfere with a tale rooted so deeply in the suffering of others.
А давай
What will
поспрашиваем.
happen to Ascalon? Will you let them run the country from the shadows?
I don't interfere with petty political intrigues. Ascalon was built upon the lie of a lineage. Such a deceit cannot last forever.
But Lord Redgrave definitely possessed Marshall's blood. Untainted blood from the greatest vampire knight.
Really? I wonder how he managed to acquire it. Perhaps I should retrieve this artifact before going back to sea.
What will become of the vampire hunters?
They will never stop searching for William Marshall, for he escaped their two great hunts. Remember that you too are now on their dark list.
What will become of the Brotherhood?
I foresee trouble for them now that your progeny considers becoming the new primate.
But I'm certain the current primate has no wish to resign.
Exactly. And I am not fully convinced your progeny truly understands what dreadful power he is about to defy.
No. I must know why Elizabeth fled here when I discovered she was the original healthy carrier.
No, she is not what you say she is. That is a secret you will discover soon enough.
And you? Why are you here? Which new thread of which old twisted plan are you seeking to pull now? Tell me the truth.
I am just here to salute my sons and to bid them fare thee well.
Your sons? Plural? My God, will you ever stop speaking in riddles?
Perhaps I am too old for your spoken language. Perhaps you now have so many subtle words you no longer hear the simplest ones.
Так. Дико извиняюсь, но мне бы сейчас чуть-чуть отойти. Я вернулся опять. Так.
Who are your sons? Why do you bid them farewell now?
You are my son, as is William Marshall.
This is madness. How many have you created? Who else? Shakespeare? Isaac Newton? Alfred the Great? Francis Drake? Thomas More? Guy Fawkes?
My progeny is scarce, for I rarely feel the urge to protect this land anymore. But yes, one of those you named is your immortal brother. Maybe you shall meet one night.
Угу. Один из названных.
So that is all we are to you? Puppets you create to defeat some threat born from a dreaming devil?
No. You are my sons. I am proud of you. I mourn when you fail.
Tell me about William Marshall. Why is his blood so strong?
He is not stronger than you, only older. You are strong, Jonathan Reed. A champion of your time, chosen to defeat a threat spawned of this generation.
Is he here? Is William Marshall here? Is that why you're here now too?
Have I not already answered that question?
His blood was not tainted. The blood Lord Redgrave possessed. That which I used in the serum. But what if it had been?
Then you would have failed, I suppose. For the blood of hate would have corrupted you too.
Так, я не понял еще раз.
His blood was not tainted. The blood Lord Redgrave possessed. That which I used in the serum. But what if it had been?
Then you would have failed.
Еще раз.
His blood was not tainted. The blood Lord Redgrave possessed. That which I used in the serum. But what if it had been?
То есть все-таки у Редгрейва чистая кровь. Но почему он обращать не может нормально?
When he fought me, Geoffrey McCullum used a serum made of King Arthur's blood. Since then, I have discovered that it was vampire blood. Whose blood was it?
You just said it. It was the blood of a king. The blood of the champion I chose to save this land in its time of greatest peril.
King Arthur was also your progeny. Why am I not surprised?
Yes, he was. But he failed in the end. And for centuries the land suffered his defeat.
Speak clearly then, and answer my last question.
What is it?
Did I defeat the epidemic?
Now you've found the castle, Jonathan Reed. Only you can answer that. Farewell, my child. I shall dream about you soon.
И ушел. Так, тут заперто.
I cannot enter. The castle walls look decrepit. Maybe I can find a way to sneak in.
Да, замок, конечно, знавал лучшие дни. Не то чтобы ушел. Ну, он ушел спать. По его словам. Хотя нет, он вроде как еще собирался прочих своих потомков навестить. Почему мне этот замок кажется очень знакомым? архитектура. Он чем-то напоминает... Господи, как же этот... Из Ведьмака первого замок. Местами, только местами. Некоторые дворики. Ну, ладно, мне, возможно, просто кажется. Каэр Морхен, да. Чем-то вот напоминает довольно сильно. Возможно, состоянием своим.
Maybe it's just my imagination, but I think I smell Elizabeth's perfume. She must be here somewhere.
Ну, в Elden Ring я, увы, не играл. Лично. Как и многие так. На ютубе попроходил.
Like most castles, this one has a crypt, and it holds something special inside.
В крипте есть что-то особенное.
This castle is falling apart. That sweet fragrance, Elizabeth's perfume. She was here, and recently.
Мои люди прибудут в ваш замок в понедельник и начнут работы над криптой. А еще на верхнем этаже замка что-то. Ну, скорее всего, она там почивать будет. Хрена себе камин. Сколько ж дров-то на такую... На такое хайло надо. Так. Ладно. Она сама либо в крипте, либо на втором этаже. Но я думаю, что она на втором этаже. А в крипте будет что-нибудь в дальнейшем сюжетно важное. Какой-нибудь древний вампир. Мориган. Рыцарь кто? Все-таки думаю, леди Элизабет, дочка Мориган. Хрен знает, сколько она прожила. Вы спрашивали о возможности переправить гроб из церкви Темпла в Лондоне в крипту замка Эшбери в Шотландии. Ага, просьба удовлетворена. в этой крипте все-таки кто-то особый находился. При этом она настоятельно запретила сплавлять по реке только на карете. Ну, например, для какого-нибудь иссохшего трупа, думаю, будет критично. Ага. Так. Я здесь уже проходил. Опа. Угу.
Elizabeth, my love, you allow my portrait to watch over you while you sleep. I'm flattered.
Так. Задействовать чутье. Опа.
A sword and a moon are the symbols I should look for.
Меч и луна. Крыски. В реке. Ну, кстати, да, возможно, она просто таким образом себя переместила в багажном отделении. Так, меч и луна. Искать тайный проход. Так, ну второй этаж. Я еще раз прочекаю ее комнату. Тут, по-моему, ничего такого не было. Может, как-то все-таки можно попасть в подвал? А, привет, Серег. Меч и луна. Ну, вот тут, например, много мечей, но это мне ни хрена не дает. О, так, что-то нашлось. Ага. Огонь. Луна. Нужно еще где-то меч найти. Стоп. А вот тут что? Меч.
Voila.
О. Хм. Чей-то дневник. Его тоже обратил рогатый. Черная смерть. Элизабет Энглвуд. М. Уильям Маршалл. То есть это дневник Уильяма Маршалла. То есть она тоже, по сути, дочь Уильяма Маршалла. Теперь понятно, почему тут дохрена благородный вампир так ее недолюбливает. Знал бы он, кто она, он бы ее возненавидел. Он-то себя хочет считать таким прям вот самым благородным. Оказывается, какая-то женщина что ему равна, если не больше. Я ничего не жалуюсь, что. Что мне все-таки клавиатуру коротит. О. Теперь понял. Уильяма Маршалла кошмар заразил, а он случайно покусал Элизабет. Поэтому ее кровь несет ужас. В определенный момент она, похоже, сама начала кровавое пиршество. Угу. Но последнюю страницу мы уже читали. Точнее, вот эту вот конкретную страницу. Она была у братства. Да, блять, отстань. Походу просто, если долго ничего не делать, открывается меню. А мне будет интересно все-таки этот журнал почитать, потому что это явно ключевой момент, объясняющий многие моменты в предыстории. От безумия ее, конечно, излечили, но кровь ужаса все еще в ней.
Drop your sword, father. You have nothing to be afraid of.
Shall we abandon this then? Shall we lower our heads?
No, never. You taught me that.
Blood is approaching. Old but young. How strange. Shall I drink it? Smite it?
No, father. He is a friend. Please, rest. I'll take care of it.
Caution, Elizabeth. Deceit runs through these veins.
I know, father. What took you so long, Jonathan?
Is this really him?
Yes. This is William Marshall, 1st Earl of Pembroke, servant of 5 mortal kings, former regent and savior of England. The greatest knight who ever lived, according to some.
And you called him father?
For he gave me eternal life, and much more.
I have so many questions, Elizabeth.
You always had questions, Dr. Reed.
Now that I stand before you both, in this vault, I know not where to begin.
We still have a few minutes left.
Why did you flee here?
When you told me I was the healthy carrier, I had nowhere else to go.
You mean you had to return to the real source of this scourge?
Yes, to end it, once and for all.
Where are we? What is this place?
This is the Ashbury estate. I inherited the title when I purchased the castle.
Is this your retreat? Something of a secret place?
It's more of a sanctuary, really. This is where I take care of my father. Ever since he became unwell.
Are you not afraid someone might discover you here? It's not that hard to find.
Do not assume that I would hesitate to silence anyone who tried to reveal my secret. Fortunately, it has rarely come to that.
Will you go back to London?
No, Jonathan. I do not intend to.
And what of your daughter?
Charlotte is a strong, independent woman who's about to come into money. I took care of everything. Now it's time for her to shape her future.
I have destroyed the disaster, this creature that Harriet Jones had become. The epidemic is no more, and London will recover. In time.
Yes. You did well, Jonathan. You truly saved the city.
Yes, we did. Despite all obstacles. I'm truly convinced we did it together, Elizabeth.
I cannot bear knowing I was the cause of all this. Through the use of my own blood.
No. This catastrophe was the result of unethical experimentation. And the will of a creature so inexplicably evil. She exceeds all the terrible wonders I have seen since my death.
But it was my blood all along. My corrupted blood of hate. The poisoned blood of my father. A healthy carrier. That's all I am.
We could cure him.
It's too late. The blood of hate has run for too long. The antidote would not work on him. I tried. Believe me, I tried.
Is he dangerous?
What do you think? He is a thirsty Ekon who has not fed in centuries. An elder vampire driven by an urge to kill and spread the blood of hate.
No redemption, then.
And yet he thinks he has been offered immortality by the angels to protect the feeble and to smite the unholy.
Can he communicate?
Yes. Sometimes he even seems like the noble knight who saved and raised me. But you know, the malice never fully leaves his eyes.
Why are you hiding William Marshall here?
How could I not take care of him? He sacrificed himself by giving me the only dose of antidote he had.
What do you do for him?
I visit him as often as possible. I paint the landscapes he will never see again. I feed him with my blood.
You feed him? You barely sustain yourself on the weak blood of the dying, yet you give him your blood?
After he saved me from the blood rage, I swore I would never kill to feed. He said the same.
He gave you the antidote?
Yes. And in doing so, he knew he'd have to be confined here. And yet he volunteered. That's how great a man William Marshall was. And still is.
William Marshall infected you. He is the true original carrier.
Yes. But he saved me by sacrificing himself.
Saved you? How?
The tears of angels. The cleansing of impure blood by an older, more powerful blood. It worked on me, did it not?
Yes. Blood is the definitive key to our species. Scowls, cleansing, lineage. Do you really think it worked?
It has, Jonathan. I was nothing but a beast who took pleasure in slaughter. I roamed across Europe, reaping my bloody crop. It was the blood of hate. But my father's antidote cured me.
Who are you? Really?
How could I answer that? I went through many lives and identities to reach this day. To you, I am Elizabeth Ashbury, and that's all I wish to be.
I need to know more. I want to know who you really are. Where you were born. Where you lived.
I was born Elizabeth Samantha Mary Englewood in 1551 in Hertfordshire. My parents owned a pub in Hoddesdon. Are you satisfied?
How did you meet William Marshall?
He was an Econ for centuries when he found me. He saved me from certain death by making me his progeny.
Why did he choose you?
You should ask him that.
Did you ever blame him?
Not even when he was infected and bit me. He is my father. He raised me. He taught me how to behave.
What about us?
What do you mean?
You know my feelings towards you, Elizabeth. But you left without a word. So I'm worried about your feelings towards me.
I love you, Jonathan. I've loved you since the moment I saw you rescue poor Mr. Hampton in that filthy slaughterhouse. Forgetting the danger as you turned your back, like the newborn fool you were.
You should have told me.
No, Jonathan. The William Marshall myth lies at the heart of so many hostile plans. I could not risk jeopardizing his safety.
So why did you come here? You knew I would follow you. I can't let you go.
Because I know now the blood of hate is still in my veins. No one but I can put an end to this tragedy.
I can help you. You can trust me, Elizabeth.
I know, Jonathan. You have been the most loyal ally these last few weeks. But this is my duty.
Would your protege agree to speak with me? I have so many questions for him.
Go on, Jonathan. But be careful.
Yes?
Sir William. My God. You really are William Marshall. You served Richard the Lionheart and his brother, King John. It is such a privilege to meet you.
I did in my day. Come closer if you want to speak. For my hearing isn't what it used to be.
I think your hearing is fine, sir.
What is it you want then?
I found your research on the antidote. The tears of the angels. What ingredients did you use?
Once I understood what the ingredients were, I used the tears of King Richard and the pure blood of the valiant Boadicea.
King Richard and Boadicea? How did you find such relics?
It took me many years to locate their hiding place. Then I had to learn the formula. If I recall, it belonged to an ancient brotherhood. The Order of St. Paul, I believe.
And did it work?
Yes. The tears cleansed my poor Elizabeth's blackened heart. It was such a blessing to see her smile again.
I found and defeated the disaster that was threatening to smite London. You should know that the city is safe for now, Sir William.
Then may I call you brother? Did you resist its poison? Even a scratch from a beast so evil could endanger you and all those you care for.
You also defeated one in 1666. Who was it?
She was a malicious witch who spread plague throughout the city with her army of rats. She had been hiding in a bakery in Pudding Lane for months when I finally found her.
How did you defeat it?
We fought for hours. In the end, I had to lock her in St. Paul's Cathedral and burn the building down. I wanted to be sure she was destroyed.
The blood of hate. How does it affect you? Do you feel it now?
The blood of hate? Yes. Nothing more than a sneeze, really. A sneeze held for so long, you could blow a fortress down if you released it.
I would like to ask you about vampires.
Vampires? What about them?
Considering your experience, please tell me what you know.
They are terrible creatures. I have seen and fought many in my time. Foul temptresses with sharp claws and shrieking beaks.
Where did you encounter such creatures?
The last time I saw one was in a Celtic temple near Salisbury. A terrible and god-forsaken place full of ghosts and pestilence.
I have never seen such a creature. What are you talking about?
Of course you've never seen a creature like them. Vampires are deadly, swift and implacable.
Can we speak about the Morrigan?
The Red Queen. What of her?
You met her, did you not?
Just once. But she never ceased to sing to me. I love her song. It is a song of blood and war. I only wish she would sometimes let me rest.
Do you know who she is?
I don't want to discuss this in front of my sweet Elizabeth.
Why?
For a time, she too could hear the Red Song. The steps she danced to its melody brought pain upon the world.
Do you remember Myrddin, your maker?
Only God is my maker, for he created everything on this earth. He blessed me with eternal life through his archangel, Michael.
But Myrddin, Michael, is a vampire. He made you a blood-sucking creature of the night.
Blood, yes. I used to drink it from the throats of the unworthy. Then I was punished for my deceit. During my penance, I rely entirely upon my sweet Elizabeth.
Did you really sacrifice yourself to save her?
That was the only righteous path. The blood of hate made me betray her. I am at peace here. I can think about what I've done and how I failed.
Do you not want to be cured?
No. This hunger is mine. I would feel empty without it. It has been part of me for so long. All I want is quiet. Silence.
You agreed to be confined here, then?
Yes. Once I was sure she was cured, I asked to be locked down here. I deserve it. The world needs it.
How did you meet Elizabeth?
Times were tough. I had awakened to protect the land from a new plague. I heard her sing for her dead family. Singing for her death to come. I chose to save her.
What did you do?
I raised her as my progeny. After she left to see the world, I rebuilt her deceased parents' inn. Owned it as William Thorne for a time. Those were good years.
When was that?
It was so long ago. A few years after Elizabeth of England and Catherine of France established their alliance against Spain.
Tell me about Elizabeth.
How was she infected?
I do not wish to discuss it.
Please, Sir William. I need to know what the blood of hate is. How is it transmitted?
After defeating the disaster in St. Paul's Cathedral, I returned to my retreat, infected. This is where my sweet Elizabeth found me, for she heard my pain from across the sea.
Where is this retreat you mentioned?
In London, under Temple Church, beneath my empty tomb. I always loved to sleep there while listening to the bell above.
What happened then?
The blood of hate had twisted me into a rage-filled man. I attacked my progeny and infected her too. Forgive me, Elizabeth. I failed you.
You bit her again? Is that how she was infected with the disaster's blood? I think I understand now.
Elizabeth fled, and I fell to my knees, begging for forgiveness. I swore I would find a way to make things right.
We could set you free. Let you out. Isn't that what you want?
I pray for the day I'll see the sky again. I have all but forgotten its colors. I could walk and do so many things beneath the stars. But I doubt it will be wise to release me.
Then will you stay here and repent?
Elizabeth told me it will not be long now. I cannot wait to feel the sweet caress of her hand on my cheek after so long, as she releases me. Has the time come?
Yes, Father.
Why not unleash me then? To see the sky a final time?
You already are the sky, and all its stars.
I'm not defeated, for I welcome the sword you bear, for it is mine.
You were never defeated, my lord. Farewell, Father. And to you also, Jonathan.
What do you mean?
I can't stand what I've become. This healthy carrier, as you put it. The flames will purify the poison that runs in my veins.
No! I won't allow this to happen.
I am death, Jonathan. Wherever I go, I can't stand it.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, champion of Myrddin, chosen to save England from the vampire epidemic. I could cure you.
What do you mean?
We are creatures of blood, Elizabeth. Everything about us is in our blood. With time, I could perfect the antidote William Marshall gave you. Trust me, for time is on our side.
That is a risk I cannot take, Jonathan. I won't bring another such disaster into this world.
Elizabeth, no. Trust me. I can save you.
How could I trust you, Jonathan? How could I take such a chance?
I'll stay here with you then. As long as we must, until I find a cure.
You have no idea what you're talking about, Jonathan. Despite his madness, William was strong enough to start the centuries. I doubt we can do the same.
That's where you're wrong, Elizabeth. Since I murdered my poor Mary after my rebirth, I vowed to never take a life again, and I've succeeded.
I'm not sure I have the strength of character. I'm not like William. I'm not like you.
Let me teach you then. Come with me, my love.
Oh, Jonathan, if only this could be true. I really don't know.
We'll run away. Go to the deepest forests, the highest mountains. Untouched by man, we'll hide in solitude until I find a cure.
Do you trust me then?
until the end of the world, my love.
One prayer for the summoned, called by this song. Child born from darkness, whose path he must find. Now the song is sung and your path chosen. England is safe, for you have prevailed. I wish you a peace duly earned for the centuries yet to come. And they will come. I bid thee farewell, my champion bittersweet. My queen sleeps once again, and I'll soon join her slumber. Until alas she rises, woken by the hunger never fed.
Все-таки довольно крутая, я считаю, игра. Хорошо нагнали атмосферу. Отлично завернули сюжетец. Но она закончилась. А значится. Всем спасибо, кто смотрел. Раз уж досмотрели, то с вас лайк. Остальное, как обычно. Будем думать, что будет завтра.